All right, we got here a Toyota Camry. I think it's a 2012. Customer complaint. It's not going over 20 miles an hour. Now, first he said he thought it was a clogged catalytic converter, but I don't know, for some reason he said he doesn't think so now. Maybe there was a code for the throttle. Let's just see if there's AC. All right, let's do a scan. All right, so there is 175,000 miles on this. All right, I'm gonna rev the engine. Oh yeah, the throttle's not responding properly. Have to go like all the way down to the floor. And then even then it goes up slowly. It doesn't feel like a clogged cat because it's not like revving and you feel the pressure. It just doesn't feel like it's moving properly. All right, let's look at some data. I got two codes. Let's see what they are. Throttle pedal position sensor, A, minimum stop performance. All right, so everything else is clean. All right, I'm gonna go into the computer. Read data stream. All right, I'm just gonna, let's see, throttle fully closed learn. Throttle position number 2, number 1. Let me also get acceleration pedal. Graph. Okay, so we have the throttle position number 2 is 2.58. Number 1 is 0.94 volts. And the throttle, we're just in degrees. All right, so we got an acceleration sensor voltage. We got both voltages, number 1 and 2. It's 7815, which actually looks normal. So let me graph this. And then I'm gonna do key on, engine off. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna push the pedal slowly. So that's the acceleration, and the throttle's moving. Yeah, everything's looking fine. No dropouts. And the fully closed is 6.2 volts, 0.62 volts. We're at 1 volt. And it goes up to 4. Now I think that's fine. I didn't look it up yet. But nothing's dropping out. Okay, so I'm gonna switch tracks right now. All right, I just want to go see basic data. Okay, so now we actually, let me hit the throttle one. So forget it. I take it back. I feel like maybe it is just a problem with there's no acceleration. Let's go back up. Let's go look at basic data. I'm actually going out of Toyota. It's just easier to do it in generic OBD. Oh, I actually could have done it in the same thing. I'm just spacing out. You can just go to generic OBD on the topology tree. Let's get basic fuel trims and mass airflow sensor, and we'll see what's happening. Long term, short term, airflow rate. All right, we're at 3.84 grams on a 2.5 liter engine, which sounds off. especially for 678 RPM. Let's rev it up. I got up to 60. Short-term fuel trims at 3, long-term it's pretty much staying at 0. And I feel like it's a bad mass airflow. I feel like it's dirty. I'm gonna check it out. All right, let's pop this out quickly. Yeah, it's very dirty. I'm gonna clean this up quickly. A little bit of brake clean. A little bit more on it. All right, let's try this. All right, let's see. All right, we're at 1. Well, now we're at 5 grams a second, which I would expect lower. Look how high calculated load value is. It's at 62%. You think it's just a clog cat? Should we just pop this out to see? I'm just gonna pop that out. All right, let's just take this out. They must have taken this out. That came out way too easily. All right, here goes. Let's see what happens. Well, now it has an engine light. It definitely feels like it's better. Let me go put a pressure gauge in it. let's see. So I got a gauge here. Look at that. 5 psi. And the gauge maxes out. Yeah, this cat's stuffed. See that? So I'm not sure, did they try a different cat? Why are they saying that it wasn't a cat? What made them change? Because of the throttle? If I see a timing code, maybe I would hesitate, but no, this has back pressure like I've never seen before. You know, I'm just curious. This is just a learning experience. I'm really done. I'm telling them it's a clogged cat. I don't know. I'll have to figure out which one. But I would love to see with the scope what it shows in the cylinder. Put the sensor back in. I just want to pop out a spark plug, stick in, which looks like it has a big oil leak, and stick in a transducer. I just want to see how it looks. Alright, got the plug out. I'm just gonna put in my pressure transducer. Okay, it's on range 1. All right, let's put on, change the probe, WPS 500. All right, let's get this thing started. I'm gonna go faster. More time on the screen. All right. All right, it's running. Alright, I'm just gonna rev the engine once. I can't even rev it. It's not letting me rev it at all. It just died, but okay. Alright, turn that off. Let's go back a waveform or two. Also did raise. Okay, so here we got. Yeah, from off the bat, this looks normal, but if you zoom in on the, if you put down a thing over here, ruler on the PSI at idle, and we're at about 3 PSI at idle. Yeah, this, and it's all the way from the beginning to the end, and you can see clearly valve movements. So this is not a timing issue. It doesn't look like it. This looks like a clogged cat. Let me go up to where it stalled right before us. This is where I was hitting the gas, and we're at 6 psi on the peak. But yeah, you see it's at 6 psi. Yeah, this thing's clogged. All right, so I'm telling them they need a new cast. Like, figure out which one. Thanks for watching.